Hello everybody, I'm the Trebox Gamer and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts. This is a normal run. We'll be returning to Hollow Bastion today to seal off the keyhole. Gotta make sure I actually have second chance this time around. Granted, I don't actually scratch that. Second chance is good to have. Once more is also good to have too, so if you have those two abilities, I suggest using them. Now, unlike last time where we could just go straight to Hollow Bastion, now we can't. We have to use the warp poles that pop up right next to Traverse Town. And they do mention that revisiting some worlds, as you can see, the difficulty for each world has changed, and that's because there's going to be new Heartless there. Like I said previously, at this point of the game, everything kind of changes. Things are a little more difficult, the Heartless spawn in different areas, and I think they have more health, so that would be more of it. Actually, I noticed that some of them are more sturdy would be a word, like when you hit them, they take less damage, so I think their defense has also got a little boost too, so there's that to deal with. Now, when we get to Hollow Bastion, our main objective is simply go back to the place where we fought Riku and go to the big keyhole. I'd say the return trip feels slightly easier, not because the Heartless are any easier to deal with, but like we know where to go. We don't feel as lost as we were from the first trip there. I think the second, the return trip is just slightly easier because we know what to do. Granted, when we do get there, it's not like we could just go back to the last save. Like, where was that one save? Like, prior to the, we have to disembark again, so it's not like, oh, we just go to that one location where it's, like, right before the big keyhole room, and we'd be done. No, we have to start at Rising Falls again, sadly. I'm trying to get there as fast as I can. When people say that the gummy ship routes are slow as hell, I kind of agree with them. They do feel kind of slow. And I know I said it before, but I do like how Kingdom Hearts 2 gummy ship missions are. Like, they feel fast, they feel kind of fun. I mean, it doesn't have its bullshit missions. I could think of a couple missions that piss me off, but overall, they're fun. I'd say finding Belle was optional, because technically, if you want, you could just keep going to the main objective, like, go talk to the other princesses, which will be in the castle chapel, I think that's what it's called, and you want to be, like, not going to Belle would stop you from doing anything, is what I'm trying to get at. However, the funny thing is, we're not really given an indicator on where she is, so it takes some exploring, but if you would think a little about Beauty and the Beast, Belle likes books, and where are we going to find books? In the library. But, like I said, I kind of think it's an optional thing to do, because we're not forced to go there. We don't have to access the library to get to the upper part of the castle, really. At least not anymore, since, the first time we came here, we kind of already unlocked it, so it's like, we don't really have to go there again. I mean, I guess if you really needed to go there, it's just to fill up your health and magic. Just have like a breather from all the Heartless, but still. Not saying that we aren't going to go by the library and, reunite Beast with Belle. I'm just saying that from a game perspective, it's really an optional objective. Because it's not forcing us to go through it. Like, we have to go and find it on our own. So, yeah, just pointing that out there. I mean, who wouldn't want to reunite Beast with Belle? Like, I mean, he's had our back since we got here, so it's like, we kind of owe him that. We owe him the reunion. And he stayed behind to fight the Heartless. Like, holy shit, he did that on his own. Like, he kind of deserves to be reunited. Ah, you son of a bitch. On the 3 Heartless that are introduced here, which ones will be my least favorite? Wizards are probably on the least favorite spectrum. Mainly because they could absorb all my magic attacks, and level 1 didn't like that. The defenders are more towards like. I know they're heavy hitters, but I do like their design. I think they're a cool Heartless, and even though they would pack a mean wallop, they're slow enough where I could easily defend myself. So if I got hit, it's more on me, really. The Wyverns, I guess they're kind of middle ground, really. Like, I don't like them too much, but I don't hate them. Except during my level 1 playthrough. That, I really fucking hated them. Also with the Air Soldiers, like, the Air Soldiers and Wyverns, whatever the hell you're calling them, I really hated them during my level 1 playthrough. And I would say that it didn't leave a burning hatred afterwards, but I'd be lying. Ever since that one experience, no. I just absolutely hated them. Actually, I think that was on the same episode as this one, so... I'm sorry, for me, it's been recorded like a couple days, since I kind of do it, like... I record differently with the playthroughs. See, I upload them one at a time, but I record them like... Okay. At first, I did it in increments of 3. So, God Run episode 1, 2, 3, they were all recorded in one sitting. Then I would move on to level 1, and then this one, and we're about to have the cutscene. I'll continue after.
Oh, Belle.
Alright, they got their touching moment, but the thing is, if you talk to Belle, she gives you the Divine Rose Keyblade. Let's check it out real quick. It's stronger, but I kind of want to keep my magic for now. Then again, I think later on I do equip the Oblivion, which I forgot the stats for the Oblivion, but I do know that the magic isn't that great. I mean, it's not bad, but I do know it lowers our current magic. So, continuing on with what I was saying, I was talking about how I record, right? So, I do it in, like, increments of a certain number. Originally, it was 3, but I was like, you know, I don't really care for 3. So, I tried to increase it. One time, I did, like, 6 recordings for one level. I think it was a God Run, because that's usually the first one that I do. And then I tried to do the same for the level 1 run and the normal run, but I was just too tired to do it. So I was like, I can't do 6 recordings in a day. And then I went with, okay, maybe I just drop down to 4. And, you know, with 4... Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. With 4... So with 4, it felt like, okay, I could get a good number in, and it makes me feel like I could keep going with the other runs without feeling overwhelmed or too tired to do so. Sometimes I do get a little too tired. I just say, you know what? It's late. I can't get through this. I'll just end it after this recording, and I'll go to bed, and when I feel refreshed in the morning, I'll start then. Of course, last month, I was, like, uploading left and right, but the thing is, like, and that was after I was done recording, so I really needed a break, so I just kept on uploading all that I've done. And then I was considering on recording while it was uploading, but I really just needed to take a little time and say, you know what, I need to relax. I can't deal with it right now. So that's why there's been that big gap between then and now. And even now, I'm recording at least a limited amount. I know I said I wanted to be done by February, but I'm feeling confident that I would finish up the series by the end of March. Hopefully, depending, like... Let me rephrase that. I think I will be done with the recording by the end of March, but I'm not too sure when it will be uploaded. So there's that. It's like, I really should stop that whole planning on when I'm done with the whole thing, because it never it never pans out to my favor. And we got the Wizard's Relic. Nice, but we can never seem to get the goddamn Defender. I'm telling you, every playthrough, even the level 100 one, I couldn't get the Defender. There's another save file. It's my number 1 file. That's 100% completion. Like, all the gummy ship missions, all the weapons, all the minigame, like, everything you could think possible has been done. Save for the exception of getting, like, I think the Prime Cap from the pink Agaricus? I think that's how you pronounce its name. I don't know on top of my head. And that's why we have, like, the 3rd file. See, the first file has it based with the Kingdom Key and nothing else. The 3rd file that you probably see, wow, he really does pack a punch. The 3rd file is basically the same game, just with me, like, equipping different Keyblades and equipment. I know technically I already have the trophy, but I want the first file just to be saved for that. Kind of makes me wonder, like, what is the technical 100% classification for Kingdom Hearts? Like, you could complete the journal, and that could be counted as, like, 100%ing the game. Because, you know, you have to do the minigames, you have to beat all the secret bosses, you have to fight all the Heartless, but there's items that appear that aren't, you know, documented in there. There's also the treasure chests that aren't documented in there. Like, you could miss a few treasure chests and not know about it. Would they really be, like, a part of the 100% completion of the game, or, like, not? And, you know, like, I say this because if you think about it, like, the mushrooms, they have their arts that aren't really technically neat. Well, actually, no, I take that back, because if you want 100%, you probably go off of, like, the trophy list. And one of the trophies is getting, well, 2 of the trophies are getting all of Donald and Goofy's weapons, which you need the arts for, I believe, the Dream Shield. So, yeah, I take that back, though. Weapons are needed, so maybe that's 100%, but... God damn it. I'm having level 1 flashbacks. Only these guys are dying. These guys are dying a lot easier. Feel kind of bad for level 1. Oh well, he got past it eventually. No use crying over spilt milk, I guess. I mean, the Prime Cap is also, like, an accessory, not really, like, you don't have a trophy for all accessories, and, you know, I think some of them are easily missable, especially if you don't go to the store. Because I think there's only a few, like, I'm trying to think of their names, but I don't think they're a part of the synthesis list, so they're just unique to the stores, and it's like, huh. Well, I guess they wouldn't be just unique to the stores. I think they do drop from the Heartless too, but they're rare drops. And I think they are available at I mean, huh. I'm not entirely sure about that. But you get what I'm saying, like, you don't need to buy all the accessories, or you don't need to acquire all the accessories for, you know, the trophy list at least, so would that not be considered, like, 100% completion? I think I'm just thinking too much on this. Everybody gets healed. All of you get healed. I do know that once you get Super Glide, like, you just make it across the gap. At least At least I remember that from the original. Haven't tried it in a while. Hell, maybe if I'm bored one day, I'll just try it and see if it works again. I mean, I'm pretty sure it should. I mean, if it did in the original, I don't see why it shouldn't in the, remake. Remix? Whatever version this is. I'll use you, why not? I don't think I've ever maxed out the defense or strength stat in Kingdom Hearts 1. Or the AP, now that I think about it. Kingdom Hearts 2, the recipe I feel is a lot more doable than compared to Kingdom Hearts 1. But I haven't really committed on focusing on getting those items per se. It's just, the recipe for them. The items are, well, some of them aren't rare, but others are. And there's the dark matter thing. Dark matter, I think, auriclium? Is that how you fucking pronounce it? I don't know. I don't think that's a part of the recipe, but I just know that certain items are hard to come by, and once you get some, it feels like they're gone in a flash. It's like, don't feel worth it. Kingdom Hearts 2, the difference with that is that you can either synthesize it, or you could beat one of the secret bosses countless times and max out that way, which is what I did. Granted, those secret bosses are like 10 times harder than the usual boss, so it's kind of a little work effort, but I do know that there's a cheesing that you can cheese at least a couple of them. Come down here. There you go. You're dead. So the cheesing method, it kind of helps out, but you have to remember that these guys are assholes, so they can fuck with you. I think I maxed out Sora's defense and magic. I'm not too entirely sure about strength, because I think the only power boost that you could get is through this one boss that has like 2 fights, 2 fights for the price of 1 fight. So you have to beat him both times, otherwise you don't get the item. So yeah, but I think I'm pretty close with the, I think I'm pretty close on maxing his strength, though. Not entirely sure, but I think I'm close to it, at least. I kind of want to know the max you could get with just, like, nothing on you. Then hit the optimize button and see what pops out, like. It'd be interesting. I mean, granted, I think the optimize, I think it would balance you out rather than give you, like, focus on a main stat. But then again, I never really use the optimize button. I like some accessories I kind of have, like, because they show you how the accessory actually looks in the game, and sometimes I just like how one looks. I'm like, that looks pretty cool. I kind of want to have that. It'd be kind of better if it actually shows up on your character, but beggars can't be choosers, Hell, for Kingdom Hearts 4, I think I would like that to be an option. I mean, in the fragment memory, you did get accessories through doing challenges, and it did pop up. Like, you could customize Aqua. I was kind of sad that that didn't pop up for Kingdom Hearts 3, because it was a cool, I'd say it was a pretty cool feature. Granted, yes, it was cosmetic items and not accessories or armor, but still, like, I think it could have been implemented. I kind of wonder what order they were kidnapped in. Because, okay, I don't remember where they were placed in the beginning because I wasn't paying attention. But let's see, okay. I do know that if you don't do Wonderland first, Snow White pops up in the picture, so maybe she's like, maybe the earliest, I don't know, but I don't remember their order. I mean, would it be like, because in that one room, they were all placed in these like capsules, right? I just don't know how Maleficent would place them. Like, would she place them, like, the first ones right by the entrance, or the first ones closer to the keyhole? And then, would she go, like, left to right, or would it be, like, right to left from this perspective? Because to her, that would have been left to right. I know it's something stupid to think about, but I'm just, like, I'm kind of curious now. Like, who do you think was first? A part of me wants to think maybe it went in the order from birth by sleep on who you technically meet first. Though, granted, that order does change with each playable character in that game. So, that might not have much reference, you know, that might not help us much. And here's the Heartless that's unique to this world. I fucking hate this Heartless. Yes, it's because it's invisible. And it's also a bitch to deal with. I think they dropped energy stones. But you would think, okay, the first person you would capture, you would put it closer to the door, right? And typically, you go left to right. I would think, right? No? Am I overanalyzing shit again? But it's, you know, I guess, yeah, fuck it, I am overthinking a small detail that has no real importance. But can I give thoughts on this? I don't remember the exact scene where it showed them. I don't think I even really looked at them as I went through here. So it kind of makes me wonder, like, were they just placed randomly? Was there a certain way to the order? Do you think it has any relevance on who Maleficent caught first? Maybe Aurora was the first one that she kidnapped. Because technically they do come from the same world. Maybe it was Princess Aurora. I mean, it would make sense. She wouldn't have to go far to get the princess. Then who would else be next? I don't know. I mean, the world's been destroyed too, so their worlds have fallen to darkness. Maybe, huh? I'm equipping Oblivion. Yeah, it takes us down a peg or two for the magic, but Oblivion's pretty cool. Who would be next? Because I would say Princess Aurora definitely a first. And if I recall correctly, she did say something about, in the cutscene, they're blissfully unaware of our other plans, the princesses or something like that. So that's plural. Before Snow White or Alice popped in, so that means she caught more than one. So let's see. I would say that Snow White is counted out due to the alternate cutscene. So let's count her out. Not Princess Jasmine, because that happened during our adventure. Fuck you. Not Kairi, because she was, you know, out cold. We're also going to rule out Alice as well, because that happens during our adventure. So that would leave Cinderella and Belle. Now, who would be number 2? Huh. Well, let's see. When we get to Hollow Bastion, Beast is just arriving. I would assume it takes some time for him to go there, but she does mention that when the princess was taken from his castle, he followed. That happens, like, what? During Neverland? So maybe it's around after Jasmine's capture that Belle pops up. Come on, don't fuck with me like this. God damn it. So maybe it wasn't Belle. Maybe Cinderella. Again, if we take to the count that Snow White isn't counted because of the alternate cutscene, she could be counted too. But I'd say it went from Aurora, Cinderella, Snow White, and Alice. I would say could be interchangeable because it could be either or with the order. Jasmine Then I say, like, before Hollow Bastion, probably Bell, maybe a little after Neverland, and then Kairi. But enough about that, we have a boss to fight. So, this boss looks big and scary. I wouldn't say you have to worry too much about him. He doesn't attack too often. And when he does, you could easily dodge it. But do know this, that if you do get hit, it's going to hurt. I mean, it's a big Heartless. It's going to pack a pretty nasty punch. It's just, you got to know how to dodge the attack. So when he does this, when he lowers his head, the best thing to do is back away. Get in a couple good hits, but back away, because he'll do that. He also has this other charge attack. Not charge as in he's gonna charge and ram you. No, he charges up this ball of magic. And he shoots out. Here it is. He's gonna shoot out in the air. You can cancel it by comboing him enough, but if you fail to do so, you should hide between his legs. That way the magic doesn't hit you. Other than the large HP, this boss isn't too difficult, and I think he becomes a regular enemy. Not a regular enemy, but like mini boss status. Also, I believe I remember somewhere that he's weak against gravity. Compared to the other spells, gravity does a lot of damage to his horn, so, you know, if you can, use gravity. But we're about to kill him, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I remember that the behemoth in the original game just had like, I believe they were colored purple and that was it. I like how in this version, like, they have different colors for the behemoths. I think in total there's 3. There's this one, which is black and gray. Another one that's like blue and gray, and then one that's red and black. Maybe, I don't remember that's the color pattern. But I like the difference in it.
Now let's go and seal that big keyhole.
Sora, you did it. We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
No matter where we are, our hearts will bring us together again.
Besides, I couldn't forget you, even if I wanted to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hurry! Come and close the keyhole!
Sora, good luck.
Alright, well, we're technically done with Hollow Bastion, story-wise, but there's a few things that we can do. The one thing that we can do is a secret boss, but that's not gonna appear until later, so we'll have to put that on hold. But we can go to the library, and that's where we'll find our Final Fantasy friends hanging around. Now, when we find them, we specifically want to talk to Aerith, because she has a few things that she could give to us. And I'm pretty sure we also got all the treasure chests when we first came around, so we don't really need to look around for any of them. Lucky us, huh? I mean, I don't think we're missing anything. Hopefully we're not. Again, I like how they included a chest counter. Like, in Kingdom Hearts 2, the journal says, hey, you missed this chest, or hey, you got all the chests in the area. Good job. Kind of like how they included that. But, yeah, we just need to talk to Aerith. You would think she'd know more about the darkness than anybody, but no, she can't. She kept fucking with it. Now, you want to talk to her at least 2 more times, because she will also give you something else. Feels kind of fitting that she give you, like, the last version of Cure. We can talk to Leon over here, we can talk to Yuffie. However, Sid will always be in Traverse Town, so don't worry about losing him. It's kind of weird how Sid stayed behind. I guess it's for more of Sora's benefit then. I just, you'd think he'd come to Hollow Bastion, but no, he stayed behind. Oh well. I know Yuffie's upstairs, close to the save point, but I think I'm just going to call this an episode for now. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Take care, and please like and subscribe.